Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. That's right! Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube. 5 is now available in 2016. The album, Dad AF. How much is that doggy in the window? Arr, arr, arr. Okay, let's get right into this video. So, let's calm down for a second, Peter. Let's have a very, very serious moment. I have not worn this shirt since last year. This is my SOS Venezuela shirt. For those of you that do not know, my husband Alex is from Venezuela, as is his entire family. And I just wanted to give some support to Venezuela right now. There is this thing that is going around on social media, and I want to read it to you. If you guys are not aware of what is going on in Venezuela right now, it is absolutely horrible. And it is civil unrest, a civil war going on within the country. It is very, very scary. My husband has a lot of family members that still live over there. I know I have a lot of people that watch my videos that are from Venezuela. We're praying for you. We're sending good vibes your way. It almost kind of brings tears to my eyes, but I want to read this to you. This was from 2 days ago. Venezuela has gone 65 hours without electricity. There is no running water. Cell phone coverage has collapsed. People, including newborns, are dying in hospital. Food is spoiling. The country has collapsed. I truly don't understand how much more people have to suffer. SOS Venezuela. So, as we're thinking about all the things that we have in our lives today and what we're grateful for, let's send some love and some positive vibes out to the people of Venezuela. Like I said, I'm praying for you. Okay, let's get into this video. Woo! I didn't expect that. It's very, very sad, you know, and I know that there's a lot of sadness going on all over the world, but, you know, when it hits your family and you're sitting there and you're hearing the stories from people that are living there in the middle of it, it's very, very hard, and it makes me feel extremely grateful for my life that I have today, and I don't want to take it for granted for just 1 second, not even that. So, thank you guys for watching my videos. That's a part of what I'm really, really grateful for on a daily basis, and it means the world to me. Okay, so let's get into what today's video is about. Today's video is about the truth about influencers' payment scales and how much do they really make, okay? And something came out, and this is very, very glamour shots. This is very, very interesting to me. And I'm really excited about talking about this because this whole thing that started several months ago, okay, with Marlene Estelle, it kind of started with her from Makeup Geek, has been this kind of ongoing fascination for me that I have actually talked to a lot of influencers about. I've asked them the numbers. You know, they can't really disclose what numbers they make, but they'll, you know, like round it up or round it down or whatever of what it is. And it's interesting to me because of many of the people that have been very honest with me, they are making rates. A lot of them are making rates, okay? The ones that are way up there that are similar to what Marlene Estelle said in her videos. And, I will say this, that James Charles is not one person that had ever said anything to me about that. But his video that he did with Tati I thought was very, very interesting. And it kind of like changed my opinion about it, if you guys remember this. He and Tati did a video, and in the video he talked about mainstream advertising and how expensive it is, and he broke it down and showed everything on it about how expensive it is to hire like a celebrity, you know, or a model, you know, go to a location, hire an entire team to go with you to film the video, then hire editors, then you have to pay television stations or radio stations or Netflix or Hulu or whatever to put it up there. So really, to hire a YouTuber that is doing it all themselves, like a beauty influencer, you're saving yourselves a lot of money. And the return is also greater. And he showed all of this. And, you know, it was really interesting from a business point of view. I mean, I literally felt like I was in, I don't know, some kind of macro business class. I was not that smart, okay? And I don't get my glasses on, so I can't do math. But what I did know by watching it was that basically what he was saying is YouTubers and influencers, even though we may, and he didn't say that they charge high rates, even though they may charge high rates, I cannot speak today, may charge high rates, it's much cheaper than what it would cost to do mainstream advertising. And let's just be for real, right? Most companies, most brands out there want the most bang for their buck, okay? They want the most exposure for the least amount of money that they have to do it. Well, beauty influencers on YouTube are one of the easiest ways to do that because they have one of the strongest, most loyal audiences out there. I mean, people literally, like, you say one bad thing about some beauty influencers, like, not today! Don't! Okay, so you know what I'm saying. So it's like that. Well, okay, this went back and forth, and a lot of people were saying no influencers make that amount of money. I think that the amount that Marlena said was like $60,000 or $75,000 or something like that for like a video and whatever, and she kind of went in and talked a little bit about it. She threw this number out and like, you know, chaos ensued, so to speak. Well, not a lot of people have been talking about it. I did my hair and I'm kind of like, okay, it needs to be cut again. So anyway, not a lot of people have been talking about it in the last couple months, right? Let me get a sip of coffee before I get into all this. So I noticed the other day, I was, hold on, I had it all pulled up and everything. I was sitting here, I was on Kevin James Bennett's Instagram, okay? So if you don't know who Kevin James Bennett is, let me read you his Instagram. Emmy Award winner, cosmetic developer, makeup artist, educator, journalist, consumer advocate, serving nutritious cosmetic facts. And he also, at times, I'm sorry, Kevin, but it's the truth, likes to stir shit up a little bit, okay? Yeah, with facts, he does often do it with facts, but he does like to stir shit up a little bit, right? So I noticed that he had put this post up, right? And I'm gonna read it to you in a second. And what it is a pay scale from several years ago for a beauty influencer, okay? Like what they charge for YouTube rates. If you didn't see this, this is surreal, okay? And this is from several years ago. So I reached out to Kevin and I said, hey, I'm sure you don't know who I am, but I want to do a video. He was like, oh no, I know who you are. I'm YouTube famous now. No, but anyway, I said, hey, I want to do a video about this. Do you care if I, use it or whatever? And he was like, no, not at all. He was like, use it. And I said, but I want to know like where you got it. Like, is it legit? So I will tell you, okay, it is totally 100% legit. He told me where he got it. He told me whose it was, okay? And so we don't narrow it down. I will say it's like one of the top 10, let's just say, beauty influencers that a lot of people talk about. And I will say this is probably from several years ago, okay? So, and then it was shared with him through somebody that is completely legit. And he said he didn't know how like the brand owners would feel about this being released. That's how he got it. So he was like, could you just keep it between you and I, like how you got it? And I said, yeah, but fact, source, checked, check, legit, right? Okay, so let's read this post, because this post is unreal. Now, I'm going to get into this in just a second of what he says, but at the top it says, how people make a living, actual top beauty influencers sketch. I have to like pull it way up because I don't have my readers on, okay? How people make a living, actual top beauty influencer rate schedule. And then it goes underneath there, and it gives you the specifics for YouTube exclusive feature, YouTube non-exclusive feature. Okay, so YouTube exclusive feature would be like a dedicated video. A YouTube non-exclusive feature would be like a mention, okay, like, or using the product in there. An Instagram dedicated post would be a dedicated post picture just for that, right? An Instagram feature would mean that you would like show up this fan and say, dirtsquirrel.co, go beneath my videos, and they're all linked underneath there. And no, it's not an affiliate code, I don't make any money, but if you want one of their fantastic fans, you can go underneath there. That would be, and if that was all the post was, that would be dedicated. And then an Instagram story, and we all know what that is. That'd be like me just like going all over the house like, somebody said in my video the other day, and this is gonna be in my video that I do reading hate comments, oh my God. I'm trying to find the really funny ones because I'm a funny person, and when you're a funny person, you want to do things funny, right? Why not laugh at the world, okay? Life is way too short, and this is not a dress rehearsal. But I was trying to go through these hate comments, and somebody said, you need to turn down the flame, I'm burning up in here. All right, girl. So anyway, so underneath here, he has a very, very long post, and I want to read it to you. He says, why are discussions about how much money, this is, like the way he says it, is really well said. There's a couple things in here I don't necessarily agree with 100%, but I like that he included all of it in here. So, why are discussions about how much money top beauty influencers make so controversial? Their income is pretty apparent when you see the real estate, cars, jewelry, and clothing they're flaunting. This is an actual rate schedule supplied by a top beauty influencer's management. Deals and dollar amounts negotiated with influencers and their management is common knowledge within the beauty industry. So why is it so taboo to discuss it publicly? Your favorite actor's salary is discussed in the Hollywood Reporter or Variety, and no one is offended, and that's absolutely true. When Julia Roberts does a movie, we know exactly how much money she got paid for it. They're called influencers for a reason. Their job is to influence you into buying what they're recommending. Most top influencers don't mention products or brands without some form of compensation, a flat fee, sponsorship, or a percentage of the retail sales generated through affiliate links or codes. They are compensated for reviews because influencing is their source of income. I'm not a hater. I respect the hustle. Playing with new products and getting paid to talk about them is an outstanding way to make bank. Also, the perks of being a social media celebrity are sweet. Expensive trips and gifts. We've seen a lot of that recently, right? However, when disclosure enters the conversation, people start popping off. And what he's saying there is, I feel like I have to turn this up just a little bit. It's not really making a difference. But what he's saying there is that many of these beauty influencers do not disclose, okay? That they do not say that it's an ad. They do not say that it's a sponsored video. And you have to say that, okay? You have to say that it's sponsored. We've gone through this before. We've talked about this in the past, right? It's an FTC thing. And it's the law. And a lot of Instagrammers were really highly affected about this. Like, I think like a year and a half, 2 years ago, where their Instagram accounts were suspended and things like that. And they were like taxed on things that they were saying wasn't ads. So, but the problem is this, okay, that Kevin doesn't really get into in this post, is that I think that we could sit there, and I'm going to read the rest of it to you in just a second, but we could sit there and we could look at somebody's house, okay, or we could look at their car, or we could look at this, or we could look at that, right? But let's take Jeffree Star, for example. Jeffree Star has his own cosmetics line. We really have no idea how much he makes on his cosmetics line, and nor is it any really of our business. I mean, that is really a company's, like, I mean, at some point, if it ever, goes public, I think it's private, isn't it? Yeah, it's private. But at some point, if it goes public, then we would know those numbers, right? But then if Jeffree Star is doing ads that he's not disclosing, which we wouldn't know, would we? If he's like talking about a product that he wouldn't normally talk about or whatever, right? Then we don't really know how much extra income he's making. Now, the reason I use Jeffree Star as an example is because he said he doesn't really do sponsored videos like that, right? But let's take somebody else like Jaclyn Hill, okay, or Manny MUA, or, all of those, people, all those beauty influencers, right? Like, we can look at Jaclyn Hill's house, and we can kind of make an assumption, okay, that's a $10 million house, or something like that, right? Or that's a $5 million house, and she has these cars, and she has that, and she does this, and she travels there. But the reality is, number one, we don't know how much of this is all write-offs, okay, tax write-offs for filming in her house and driving these. We don't know. We don't know how much is gifted to her. And the thing is, even if we knew, okay, like how much she made, even if Jaclyn Hill came out and said, I make $62 million a year, or I make $24 million a year. You guys have no idea. These people are making bank, okay? If you don't think they're making like huge amounts of money, like huge, you're mistaken, okay? Huge amounts of money, okay? So if they came out and said that, we still wouldn't know. Well, is it from this? Is it from Morphe? Is it from this sponsorship? Is it from this? We wouldn't know, right? So that's where it's important for them to disclose, because a lot of people make assumptions. But whenever they are told that they're supposed to disclose, because a lot of brands discourage disclosure, all of the influencers are like, who, me, what? I mean, there's some influencers out there that don't ever disclose, okay? And you know what your name is. Let's just be for real, okay? So then he says down here, so however, when disclosure enters the conversation, people start popping off. Brands expect a substantial return on investment when paying a top influencer, which causes many of these influencers to evade adequate disclosure, right? So if you're getting paid, let's just lowball it, right? $20,000 for a YouTube mention. That's like a minute in a YouTube mention. So if you're sitting here and you're doing a makeup review and you say, this is my Morphe brush number 14. I love it so much. Oh, I meant to bring my damn Morphe brushes out because I have an affiliate with Morphe too. This is my number 14. So if you just say it and you go, okay, I'm going to go in with this number 14, she might be, or he, she might be spot. Blooper. She might be, or he, or whoever, might be paid, okay, to use that shitty ass number 14. We don't know. We just don't, right? And if they don't disclose, how would we, okay? And brands don't want them to disclose. Brands want them to look like it's completely natural, okay? That's what they want, is it for it to look like it's completely natural that these people... Plus, we also have no idea how much these people are making in affiliate links, whatsoever. Like, I was looking at an Instagram account the other day that's like a beauty influencer, and I was like, this person has like a huge following, but they don't like get paid by these brands. There's no ads in here. There's no disclosure. And the majority of this person's posts are not things that look like ads. I mean, it's not just like a picture of a fan. You know what I mean? It's like stuff that's going on or release or whatever. And I was like, how does this person make money? I was like, oh, affiliate codes. Underneath here, they have affiliate codes for everything, which I think that is completely legit, okay? If you're working your butt off, posting, 5, 10 posts a day on Instagram, and you have affiliate links underneath there, I think that's completely legit. Have at it, okay? You're working your butt off. It's an affiliate link. You just got to disclose that it's an affiliate link, which most people do, okay? So he goes in here and he says, top influencers worry full disclosure challenges their ability to convert reviews into retail sales, fearing followers will question the authenticity of a paid post. You can't buy Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and Cartier without brands paying for your influence. So they disclose as little as possible and typically bury that information in misleading verbiage, which is unethical and frankly illegal. Okay, the other thing that we have to remember is that Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and Cartier are gifting these people a lot of things, because let me just tell you, okay, how many of you out there want a Cartier love bracelet because every influencer in the world wears one? Let's just be for real, okay? I wonder how many of them have been gifted these Cartier love bracelets. They're about $5 grand. They're expensive, right? But for Cartier to send out 20 of those would not be too expensive. So if the FTC enforced disclosure regulations, so they disclose as little as possible and typically bury that information in misleading verbiage, which is unethical and frankly illegal. Not frankly, it is. If the FTC enforced disclosure regulations more aggressively, handing out substantial fines, I believe we would see a profound change in beauty and fashion social media marketing, and I agree. And he says, hashtag my 2 cents. The most reliable source for cosmetics reviews is industry experts. These people develop their conclusions through critical thinking while referencing years of education and experience, okay? So let's go back up here to, and then it gets into it. Kevin! He got into it with some people in the Instagram post, but I kind of live because I'm a drama channel. So anyway, let's go in here. I wish I had my readers on, but I don't. And we're going to go into here. I'm going to put it up here for just like a couple seconds while I'm like talking about it. But we're going to go in here and read what it says. Now, this is from several years ago. And like I said, legit, okay, this is a top beauty influencer. So they're still doing their gig today, which means, okay, they're probably making, I don't know, 20% more, 30% more than they were making back then. So let's just put this, but let's just say this was 2019, okay? YouTube, okay, oh, here it goes. Okay, how people make a living. Actual top beauty influencer schedule. YouTube exclusive feature, $90,000 US. A product will be featured in a video. Most of the time, the product will be part of a complete look where a variety of products is used. Chosen competing brands won't be mentioned. So you're not allowed to talk about competing brands in that, right? YouTube non-exclusive feature, a mention, or just holding it up or using it in your video. A product will be featured in a video. Most of the time, the products will be part of a complete look where a variety of products is used. Part of a complete look where a variety of products is used. Competing brands can't be monetized. Instagram dedicated post, $100,000. $100,000 for a dedicated Instagram post, okay? That's somebody's house. Or let's just be for real, okay? It's like twice as much as some people's incomes, a lot of people's incomes. Instagram feature, $50,000 US. A product will be featured on a photo and in the description tag. Most of the time, the product will be part of a complete look where a variety of products is used. Competing brands can be mentioned. Instagram story, $50,000. With swipe up feature story, not limited to 15 seconds, clip length agreed up front, okay? So they're making, on Instagram and YouTube, for each post that they do, anywhere between $50,000 on Instagram, except for $100,000 dedicated post, and on YouTube, $75,000 for a mention or using the product in a video, or $90,000 for a dedicated video. A product will be featured in a video most of the time, and that's not even a dedicated video, right? Wow, like, that really, really puts things in perspective for me, okay? It puts things in perspective for me as far as what kind of content they're coming up with, what brands they use over and over and over again, the ones that are probably paying them out the butt to do these things, okay? When they only use specific products over and over and over again, I think we've had this question, and the fact that Marlene Estelle was right, okay? And got so criticized for this stuff because not one beauty influencer would stand up and say, those rates are accurate. And this is not for the person out there that has 20,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers or even 500,000 subscribers. This is for the beauty influencer that has millions of subscribers. Let's just be for real, okay? Influencer. And I want to talk about that word before I get off this video. So anyway, but what do we think about that? You know, like, that's a lot of money, okay? And I understand that it's business. Make your coin where you make your coin, but I'm really quite baffled about that. When we go back to the James Charles video, I will say this. It makes a lot of sense, okay? So then, the question is, do we think that... I don't have any problem with it. I have no problem whatsoever if they're making $500,000 a year as long as they disclose. I have no problem with it whatsoever. Put it out there, but disclose. And I have no problem with it. disclose appropriately. Make $1 million off a show and a brush. I don't even care. Okay, it's just not that deep for me. You're not affecting my life in any kind of way, right? Do your gig. But then it would make sense why all of these channels are talking about like building their brand, building their platform, getting more subscribers, all this kind of stuff, because it puts it, the more they have, the more they can request. You know, it's like he said. So the better your platform is, the more videos you're posting out, the more creative content that you're putting out there, the more people are wanting to watch your videos, the more money you're going to get paid, and it's all a business. So then it makes me kind of sad, because really what we're talking about is we're talking about influencers here. And I guess the question when I read this first was, when did YouTube become about influence? When did it stop becoming just about making videos and having fun? Sure, the money is nice, okay? I'm not going to bullshit that for 1 second. The money on YouTube is really, really nice. And I don't do a lot of sponsored videos over here, quite frankly, because I can't get them. If I could get sponsorships, I would do sponsorships. And that's me being just completely 100% transparent. And I'm working on one right now. But it's something I had to test on my own, too. So when that comes out, I'll let you know. But, you know, there's so many people out there that would just love to have a following making videos where they're just doing something they love so much, like doing makeup, that at some point, it just seems sad to me that it's really not about YouTube. It's really not about the following. It's really not about the fans. It's all about the almighty dollar. And that's kind of sad, isn't it? Like, for those people, hey, it's a business. I get it. And it even puts it more into perspective for me when they get on video and they go, this is a business for me. This is my job. This is my career. I understand it now. I 100% understand it. And I guess it makes me even more have a little bit of respect for the people out there that like make super creative videos and come up with super creative content and step outside the comfort level, and it's not just all about makeup, because they're probably not getting paid for those videos. Do you know what I mean? And I like that. I like the influencers that don't take a lot of sponsorships. They can take some. I don't have a problem with that, you know? But like, at what point did it stop being about like the love of doing YouTube? Like, and I wonder, like, if I was going to interview some of these people, I would ask them where the crossover happened. At what point did it stop being about being passionate and creative about YouTube and into 100% a business? Or is there a way that you can maintain both? And I guess that's what I would really like to know. There's a lot of people out there that are fighting to just start their YouTube channel and have anybody notice it. Beauty influencers out there that are really trying hard. My friend Tia, who has watched me for a long time, I mentioned her in my video yesterday. I adore her. Hey Tia, how are you? She started her channel yesterday. It's got one video on it. She reviews the Anastasia of Beverly Hills new palette, and her channel is called Tia Bia Beauty. I will link it below. Please go follow her. Send her some love. She's somebody that just wants to make videos for her love of makeup, and I think that's cool. If at some point she had 5, 10 million subscribers and she was making money on YouTube, I would not have a problem with that. I'd be like, girl, enjoy your Louis Vuitton, enjoy your cars, enjoy your trip, enjoy your house. Just don't forget your friend Peter. He shouted you out in a video a long time ago. But also, don't lose your passion for YouTube, because as viewers, we can see it when it happens. I love you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.